What up, what up, what up? Championship season is almost here. We got MSL, USL, NWSL, a lot of these videos coming. I'm excited. You might watch this one first instead of the Eastern Conference video. I'll put them out at the same time, but if you watch the Eastern Conference video first, welcome. If you're watching this one first, hey, there's an Eastern Conference video just like this afterwards. But we're doing rankings. 13 teams in the Western Conference. I'm choosing who I got finishing first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. This is going to be fun. So, I'm just ready. We're going to have a lot of fun today. I know I haven't done videos in a minute. It's been a month. Again, keep doing 1 month uploads. It's just pretty bad. I'm like a big-time YouTuber, but I'm not bringing in the revenue to be able to do that. So, it's whatever. Anyways, I love doing this. Let's make a video. So, we got the 13 teams. One less in the Eastern Conference. The East has 14. The West has 13. And we're just going to put where I think who finishes where. So, finishing in last place. If you did watch the Eastern Conference video, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a certain group of teams that finished at the bottom. They had a very common trait. That won't be my case for this one, because there's less of those teams. In last place, Las Vegas Lights. I don't even know. I've zero understanding of the Las Vegas Lights. They're the most bizarre club ever. If you're a Lights fan, please come into the comments and tell me your thoughts. Like, do any of you, like, I've got sports teams where I'm like, oh, yeah, this is our year. We're gonna win this championship. I'm fully aware we're not gonna win the championship. I just want to be optimistic. Are y'all even like that? I'm genuinely not trying to knock your club. I don't think they've made any signings. I don't know if they're even going to exist. They're the most bizarre club ever. Easy 13th place. No offense. It's just whatever. In 12th place, Los Dos. I think they just missed out on the playoffs last year, but the purge of the two teams is going on. They're all going to be gone by next year. So I just don't really see them putting much an effort into this year. They're going to be a free 3 points. I could see Los Dos and Las Vegas switching. Los Dos finishing 13 and Vegas finishing 12, but yeah, it's just I don't know what's happening here. Also, this is going to be really tough. The Eastern Conference video was tough for me, but I wasn't really struggling until I got up to the 5th, 6th, and 7th spot. This I'm already looking at it like I don't know where to put who. And I feel bad for putting the team too low. In 11th, I'm going to have to go with Sacramento Republic. They haven't brought in anybody. Not anybody I can think that will really make a big difference to their team. Maybe Douglas Martinez. Losing Carlton Belmar is a big issue because he's a really key player. Sacramento fell off. They've not made significant additions to really put their squad in a playoff conversation. They finished 7th in their division last year, I believe, 7th or 6th. They're just a mess right now, and I feel really bad for them because they're an exciting team, and I want to see them do well, but with their fan base, but their team just doesn't have it. In 10th place, Monterey Bay Union. They're the new kids in the block. Obviously, if you watched my video about most exciting games to watch this year, they were in a few of those, but they're a young team. I just don't think they've made the right additions. They may be prepared, but it's a new team. You just don't know what to do with a new team. You don't know how these players are going to get along or what their style of football is like. So, it's just not a team I would take a really good bet on. So, I'd say 10th place. In 9th, I'm going to say Oakland Roots. They had a really... They did really good, actually. They went into the playoffs and then upset El Paso, I believe, which was about the most insane thing I've ever witnessed in the USL, actually. I don't think I've ever seen anything that wild, but... Oakland, they're an exciting team. I want to say right now that this is such a... I think right here is the cutoff. Between Oakland and Monterey Bay, Oakland and everyone else, it's going to be a battle for playoff spots. Like, it's going to be a close battle. I think there's going to be separation between Oakland and Monterey Bay. But from Oakland and up, it's going to be a really close battle. Where I'm saying I'm putting Oakland in ninth because that's what I think. But I would not be shocked if they finished fourth. This is a very tough conference, and anything can happen. I'm going to put Oakland in ninth, though. I don't think they have what it takes. I just don't think they've done enough to get their team. They didn't lose a lot of players, but they didn't really bring anybody else in. Therefore, I'm saying they're ninth. And I absolutely hate this because I feel like I'm trashing on teams that are going to be so good. And this is going to be such a fun conference. Eighth place, though, Rio Grande Valley. Now, I just want to take a second of applause for them. They were an amazing team. Nobody had Rio Grande being as good as they were last year. That was outrageous. I had them finishing like last in my video last year, but they're a great team. Again, I think they'll be just as good as they are last year, and I think that ends up putting them in eighth. Like, they started out really well, and then towards the end of the season, they slowed off. I have them finishing in eighth. So now we're reaching the playoff teams. I feel so bad. I feel like I'm knocking so many players, so many teams. Seventh place is the playoff line. If you finish first, you get a first-round bye, but then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 all make the playoffs. So in seventh place, just making it into the playoffs, El Paso. This one might be surprising, but the departure of Mark Lowry, he was, I don't know if he won Coach of the Year. I don't think he did. He may have. But he was definitely one of the best coaches in the league, and he's off at Indy now. He took a few players from El Paso with him to Indy, and this is going to be a test for El Paso. Were they really as good as they were, or was Mark Lowry the reason? And, obviously, a team can do really well without their coach, but I think Mark Lowry was a key factor in why El Paso was as good as they were. And I just don't think in their first year without him, they'll be able to succeed as well as they were. I could be wrong there. I definitely could be wrong. But I think they're going to have to go through a painful season here. They'll finish seventh, but they're going to need to find that key factor that helps them become back to the top of the league. Because like last year, I think I may have had them finishing second, third, or first. I'm not sure, but yeah, this isn't going to be a good year. In sixth, San Diego Loyal. San Diego Loyal, probably my favorite team in the West. I love these guys. Outside of Orange County, I love them too. And New Mexico, Colorado. I love a lot of these teams. But San Diego, exciting team. I think they have what it takes. I said this last year. They got robbed in their first year. Last year was supposed to be the year, and they just got destroyed in the playoffs by San Antonio. And San Antonio is an amazing team. Not trying to discredit them. And I know I'm putting San Diego in sixth, but you got to make bold predictions here because anything is possible in this league. Shout out KG. I don't like him. I'm not a Celtics fan, but yeah, he's the guy that made this saying. But I think San Diego finishes sixth. In fifth place, Colorado Springs. They were outstanding last year. Haji Berry, give it up for this man. Someone really angered him before the start of the season because he was playing like he had a major chip on his shoulder. But obviously, the return of Haji Berry, they bring in Carlton Belmar and Cam Lindley. Those are two really good pickups. I don't think they lost a lot. I'm looking at it. I just don't see them losing a lot of really important pieces. Again, these four teams down here, it's a lot of competition. They could be top of the league. It's very possible, but I've got a lot of hope for the Switchbacks. They could be really, really good, and I'm excited to see them again. Hopefully, Haji Berry goes on another tear and has another 20-goal season. That would be crazy. In fourth place, New Mexico United. Now, I'm not sure why I do this. I'm pretty sure last year I had them finishing really high. I know I just called San Diego my favorite team and about 7 others, but I really, really like New Mexico. I don't know if it's the fan base or because they have Ilya Illich, but they're like the same team I witness every year, and I'm just like, oh yeah, they're going to be great, and then they end up disappointing me, and it's just like, why? Why do y'all do this to me? But I'm putting them fourth. I think this is my bold prediction. I'm not sure where 538 has them finishing. Probably last, because that's just how this all works. It's definitely not last, but they're probably middle of the pack. I think they finish fourth. I hope they finish fourth. I want to see them in a championship game in Louisville. That would be so exciting. But, yeah, just fourth. No reasoning behind it. I just like them. Third place. This one might come as a surprise, but Phoenix. I think Phoenix, this is the beginning of the downfall or a rebuild year, but they've lost a lot of pieces over the last 2 years. Now, don't get me wrong, it's Phoenix, so they bring in multiple good players, Marcus Epps and Darren Maddox, but they lose Solomon Asante. And he wasn't like the top goal scorer on the team last year, I don't think. Maybe he was, but he contributed a lot of goals, and he had a lot of assists too. You also lose Rufat Dadashov, who is a really good player. So, I don't know. Phoenix could very much go and win the West outright by like 20 points this year again. But I think this is the downfall year, you know? They begin to slip and slip. Then again, they'll probably finish 7th and make it to the championship match and win it all, because nothing in the USL makes sense. And that leaves you with the two teams in the West that made the Western Conference Finals last year, San Antonio and Orange County. Honestly, I didn't even intend for this to happen. I completely forgot they were in the Western Conference Finals. But, yeah. So the champions and the second best team in the West. And I'm putting Orange County in second. Obviously, champions, hey, they got a star to their crest now. Shut up. They have one of the best teams. They have one of the best young players in, I don't know why I can't think of his name, but he was the MVP of the championship game. Orange County is going to be exciting, and they're going to be really, really good. They didn't lose a lot, but they didn't bring in much either, so their team is still right where it was last year. They made a great run down the stretch. The major coaching change in the middle of the season, late season last year. Orange County is going to be a big threat. So they could slip, or they could be really good. And I've got them being really good. I have them in second. I want to put them in first, but first place belongs to San Antonio FC. If I'm correct, they're 538's team to win the league this year, which is a pretty good compliment. Now, 538 isn't always correct, but they're usually pretty close. San Antonio, I don't know why. It's just a hunch, I guess. Like, I'm looking at the roster changes. They strengthened the keeper position, and they didn't really lose much outside of Marcus Epps. Jose Gallegos. I feel like I'm saying his name wrong. I hope not, but I don't think those are going to really damage this team. I think San Antonio's here to contend. Now, when we get down the stretch into the playoffs, I might be saying something different. I already feel like I'm saying something different now. I feel like they might not be the best playoff team. They might slip and fall again. But from now until October, San Antonio will be the best team in the West. Now, it's very possible that changes, but I think that's what happens. Again, you're looking at a stacked field. I'm thinking between San Antonio and Oakland, it is close. Any of these teams can be interchanged, where I'm saying Oakland can finish third, San Antonio could finish seventh. This is going to be really good. The USL is really stacked this year, both the West and the East, and it's going to be fun. Let me know in the comments if I did your team wrong or if I did them right. Who do you have finishing first in this conference? Who do you have winning it? Like this video if you like this video. Obviously, got one over the East. Go watch it unless you haven't watched it already. If you've already seen both of these, go watch another video because you just watched two. Watch a third. You'd love to see it. If you like my other videos, subscribe. It'd be great. Helps out the channel. Gives me incentive to upload more videos. I'm up to 35 subs. It's really cool. Honestly, it's like, makes me smile. But anyways, it's here. It's championship season. MLS is back too. NWSL is here. I'm going to start putting out videos. I'm excited. Let's go. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.